The Dialogue with Clement Manyathela.
It's not just another roundtable discussion.
Let's walk the talk on 702.
All right, 22 minutes now before 12 o'clock. We change tack now and focus on the conversation we started yesterday around the decision of the Confederation of African Football Appeals Board. Remember, Senegal, which lifted the AFCON trophy in Morocco, has now been stripped off that trophy. And this comes after the CAF Appeals Board declared Senegal guilty of misconduct, ruling that the final match was forfeited, and they awarded that Morocco a 3-0 victory. And this ruling stems from Morocco's appeal, which challenged Senegal's conduct during the final clash. Remember when they walked off the pitch for about 10-15 minutes to protest that controversial stoppage time penalty awarded to Morocco during the final match. So CAF, the appeals board, has found Senegal's actions violated Article 82 and Article 84 of the AFCON regulations. And I read those specific articles to you yesterday. Some of you had questions that I myself can't respond to. So I've I've decided to really invite some people who can maybe respond to those questions. Lux September is a CAF senior official who also works in the office of the CAF president, Petrus Motsepe, joining us on the line. Mr. September, thank you for making time. Good morning.
Clement, finally I crack an invite to your show, mate.
No, thank you so much for making time for us. I'll bring in Dennis Mumble as well as we continue the chat. But let me start with you, Lux. First of all, how does Petrus Motsepe feel, that the CAF president, about this decision? I saw the video that he had, released a statement, how he respects the integrity of the appeals board. But I also know he's previously raised some concerns about just the trust issues and questions over the integrity of CAF. Does he think this ruling now makes that worse or better?
Yeah, look, Clement, first of all, there are two decisions here. One is the decision of the disciplinary committee, which was made about 3 weeks ago, which had ruled completely different, by the way. The second one is an appeal. Obviously, there was an appeal process of the CAF disciplinary committee body, which was made by the CAF appeals board. And both decisions have got zero to do with Petrus Motsepe. He doesn't sit at the CAF disciplinary committee. He doesn't sit at the CAF appeals board. Actually, I think the decision last night, he got it same time as me, as you. Not necessarily you, but same as everyone, most of the people at CAF, which obviously clearly underscores that there is a clear separation of the processes at CAF. There's the administration, there is the executive, which is led by him, and there is the judicial. And within a space of 3 weeks, the two judicial arms of CAF have produced two different decisions about the same matter. That shows the independence of the process. Actually, that is Dr. Petrus Motsepe's DNA. That, if there is an independent process, he allows the independent process to take its course. He's the president. The people, the judge, the High Court judge from Nigeria, who is the judge of the appeals court. I don't even think the president has met him before. He is a completely different individual. He said separately the disciplinary committee. One, also, the president of CAF does not select the people who sit in these structures, nor does he get involved with these decisions. Now, if you want to look at independence, look at the fact that the two structures of the same organization take two different decisions within a space of 3 weeks. Now, the CAF president was very clear yesterday. He said, because he's been informed that Senegal wants to appeal the decision to CAF, the Court of Arbitration of Sport, and he has completely encouraged Senegal to do that without CAF getting involved. The CAF, I know everyone, when they say CAF appeals board, they think there's a clear blurring of lines on this. But, if anyone has ever worked with the CAF president and anyone knows him, he knows that, there's a Chinese wall between all these things. Actually, if in any case he was, why would the CAF two bodies produce two different outcomes within a space of 3 weeks? Now, it shows the complete independence. How does he feel? I don't think it's important what he thinks, how he feels about the matter. What is important, his role in the last 5 years since he took over at CAF, you see what he has turned around African football. The African football of 5 years ago, Clement, nobody wanted to touch it. Actually, CAF, when he came on board, was 4 billion rands in debt. Today, CAF made a profit of over 20 billion rands in the AFCON, the last AFCON. Mm-hmm. It shows that people trust the person at the helm. Now, the process itself, what he said also yesterday is that there's still a trust deficit. But it's a historical thing, People know that maybe in the past things were done this way, but that has changed. But of course, justice mustn't just be done. It must also be seen to be done.
Yeah.
100%. And he is fully aware of this position himself, the president of CAF. But, the trained lawyer himself, he knows that there has to be a clear independence of these processes. Okay. Does he love the decision? I don't think that's important.
Yeah. So I want to ask, how does he then manage that? So justice needs to be seen to be done. I mean, you've got custodians as CAF. Citizens of this continent have placed a lot of respect, a lot of hope towards CAF. What happens when a lot of them are coming out and they say, we don't see justice to be done? I mean, what has happened here may just look bad for CAF. So how do you manage that? Is it a matter of just explaining to people that there are judges, jurists, respected lawyers who sit on that appeals body who have made this decision? It's got nothing to do with us, so you just have to take it, whether you like it or not? Or how do you manage it? And I'm not suggesting here that Petrus Motsepe as the president needs to intervene, because then that's interference into those independent bodies. But how do we move forward here? Because there are many people that are upset about this, who feel this is too extreme of a sanction.
Now imagine, Clement, if there was a headline today that says the CAF president met the appeal board and tried to get them to change a certain decision. I think that would be